Hey YouTubers, Raven here.
Starfire.
Tonight we'll be talking about The Flash.
Season 4, Episode 12. Honey, I Shrunk the Flash.
Yeah, that!
Or Honey, I Shrunk Team Flash, sorry.
Yeah, because they didn't shrink The Flash.
That's why I corrected myself.
I know.
Honey, I Shrunk Team Flash.
Yeah. So, it was a pretty decent.
It was a decent episode for being a filler episode.
Yeah. But it did have at least two important things, I think, in it. Which was Cecile.
Yeah.
And the ending was very... I think those were the only two important things that happened this episode.
Yeah, they usually have pretty interesting endings with the Flash.
But it's not just interesting, this is playing through the story.
Yeah.
The ending part was not part of the filler episode. It was part of the overall show.
Oh, I know. Usually they do that with the endings.
So what did you like about it?
I don't know. I liked the Cecile stuff. You know. And her reassuring Joe that even though he has, crazy random thoughts that, he doesn't necessarily want her to know about, she still doesn't care and she still loves him. I don't know. I liked that. And just Barry trying to help out that guy in the prison, and he did send him to China. And he's like, sometimes things do happen like they do in the movies.
Yeah, but he didn't send
Sometimes
him
you
to
do make your own endings.
Yeah, but he never got out, did he?
Didn't you watch that part?
They were talking about what he would do if he got out. And the guy didn't confess. So they never really had anything to get the guy out on. They don't have proof that this guy did it.
But then why is the warden asking Barry if he knows where the guy went?
Did he ask him if he knew where the guy went?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I didn't hear that. And
I think he did.
per did I see that, I was sitting right next to you when that part played.
Well, I think he did.
I didn't hear it.
Well, anyway, he was it showed Barry taking him through the different cities really fast, and the guy landed in freaking China, and then he read this note that Barry had written that said, "Sometimes you do make your own endings," or something like that. That was before you got here.
Okay.
So, just the fact that he helped him out, when he just because he's that type of a person, even when he's in a bad situation, and now that the warden is doing what he's gonna do to Barry and all this stuff, so.
It was kind of interesting how they shrunk. I really didn't give a crap.
Yeah. I mean, I thought Cisco was funny with the whole Pokemon thing.
But this episode didn't really hold anything for me.
It was a filler episode.
Well, yeah, but usually they do decent on their filler episodes, and I like them. This one...
Well, I like season 4, but I kind of have to agree with somebody that I talked to who said that, season 4 is probably their least favorite so far. It's just not really connecting for them.
Yeah.
They aren't really enjoying it as much. And, not really liking the storyline that's happening right now and stuff.
I was liking it in the beginning, and then once they once they put Barry in jail, you can kind of see how important Grant Gustin is to the overall cast, because without him there,
it's hard. It's difficult.
Boring.
I mean, Iris is doing a great job
and
everything, and it'll be cool to see her, spoiler, with powers and wearing a suit and everything.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Barry is such an integral part of Team Flash and what that represents that, when he's not there, it feels like there's something missing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really hard for them to properly deal with the things they deal with as a team without him there.
Yeah. And I really do find it odd that no one in the city, none of the reporters or anything, are questioning where the hell the Flash is.
Yeah. And I mean, the warden now knows that he's the Flash.
Yeah. So.
But, I mean, I thought it was cool, though, that guy, like, who shrunk them had all those things, those replicas of all these cool, like, things. I mean, I know he had stolen them, but it was still
But they weren't actually replicas, either.
Yeah.
They were the real thing.
They were the real thing. He just shrunk them down.
Yeah.
But it was still cool.
It was.
I mean, I don't know. I think it's cool that, like, Cecile and Joe are having a girl.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think it would have been kind of nice if it had been a boy, because that way people could stop saying that Barry is his son, and that the whole Iris and Barry thing is, like, you know, wrong.
Well, those people are stupid because he was never legally adopted.
Well, I know that, but Joe always refers to him as his son.
Yeah. But other people were, like, okay, let's see. I used to have a best friend, and before she moved, her parents treated me and called me, like, their daughter. Like, that doesn't mean I'm related to them.
Well, I know that, but I'm just saying, like, people are gonna be like, about it.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying that people are effing stupid.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I don't know if people still use that argument, but for the sake of the people that do, it would.
They have a chip up their butt and something wrong with their brain. So.
They're just people that don't want anything else but the couple that they want, and they just cause hate and problems for people.
You're being really quiet.
And they just cause hate and problems for people because they just focus on the couple that they want to be together, and they don't care if it makes other people mad or not.
Well, they're married, so screw them.
Well, I know, but it's just, I don't know. Anyway, it's cool, and yay for another girl.
Yeah, I think it would have been nice for Joe to be able to raise a son.
Yeah, because he didn't get to raise Wally.
Yeah. And before you say, oh, he raised Barry, he didn't raise Barry. Barry was, what, 12 when he went to go live with him?
It was like 10.
10, 12, it was 2 years different. So it's like, you know,
well, he technically did, because he was little. He was a kid.
What I'm saying is that he didn't raise the dude from his baby stage.
I know.
Like, I get that he raised him from 10 years old, okay?
Hey, but that's not what you were saying.
I was continuing my thought.
Okay. Go ahead.
So, well, no, I just said it. So,
okay.
Yeah, there's that. So, yeah. I don't really...
Yeah, he didn't really get to raise a kid that much, so it would have been nice if he could have.
Yeah. I can't really think of anything. This episode just wasn't great for a review.
I mean, I thought it was funny that she could, you know, like her responses to being able to read, like, some of their minds were funny.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that they were thinking those things, and
what the heck is a Bulbasaur?
They were just, like, taken off guard. She's like, really, Cisco's still thinking about that?
It's the cutest one of them all!
And then when she told Wells, she's like, it's not your fault. And he's like, he got all, like, defensive.
Yes, it is. What are you doing in my...
Yeah.
Yeah. But, I mean, overall, as an episode, there's not really much to review for it that I'm aware of. Like,
I mean, other than the fact that if the whole, you know, how is she able to read minds because she's pregnant? Like,
you didn't understand what Caitlin was saying?
No.
Okay, what Caitlin said was that from the first particle accelerator...
Oh, yeah, when she said the first... Okay, yeah.
Yeah. How, like, she wasn't affected in the moment, but, like, something was... Like, it was still in her, and being pregnant kicked in...
Okay.
Kicked
so
that
would that be the same for Iris, if that's the case?
No, for Iris, it would be she's getting the abilities from her children.
Okay.
Because she had no... Like... The only reason why Barry the Speedster is because he got struck by the lightning when the accelerator went off.
Yeah.
I
just wonder how much longer he's going to be in prison, because if her having powers is supposed to signal her being pregnant, like, they can't do anything when he's in prison.
Well, she's probably pregnant right now and doesn't know it.
Yeah. Maybe. But how many months or weeks has it been?
It's been a couple weeks, but...
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't necessarily mean anything.
I know.
But you have the whole, he's not in prison anymore for next week's episode because of what happened at the end of this week.
Yeah.
He's going to go there. So, if he shows up on the streets... It's blatantly obvious that he didn't break out of prison. So if he actually showed up somewhere, then the warden would have to explain things. And
when he looked like he was, he's like, oh yeah, he's in good hands.
Yeah.
Telling Iris.
He was telling Iris, yeah, like he's just unavailable to talk right now, like, you know. But if Barry shows up on the streets, like, and people recognize him, or if the Flash does something, then the team will know it, and, you know, they'll go help him. But at the same time, Barry can't turn himself back in, you know, because, one, turning himself back in would signal the question of how do you escape in the first place? Which would be like, oh, he ran from jail, he escaped, and they wouldn't look into the warden. It would just be, oh, Barry Allen escaped custody, he's going to go back in. They wouldn't question why he really turned himself back in.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like, there's all these different things, and if they did question it, he wouldn't be able to tell them it's the warden, because the warden has the blackmail on him, because he's the Flash, and the warden knows it now. So he can't turn himself back into the cops. And if he just randomly showed up in his cell again one day, like, all the inmates are going to question how the hell he got there, because they know if he was brought back through the line. So he can't go back to prison, and he can't just show up at the police station. I escaped. Please put me back in there.
Yeah.
Like, he'll just end up again back where he was. It's just going to be a cycle. So... probably next episode is when he's going to get out for good. Like, they'll probably figure something out, especially with him on the outside.
Yeah. What was the thing they put him in at the end?
It was a cell that dampened his abilities.
Oh, okay.
Like the necklace for the guy. So, yeah, now prisons are supposed to be able to hold, you know, metas. So.
Nice.
Yeah. So you got that working. But it's just like, like, this episode, like, I mean, you know, what I said was, like, about the future and how everything's gonna play out and whatever. But as for this episode, it's just, there's nothing to talk about.
I mean, you know, I like seeing Cecile. I like seeing more Jo and Cecile stuff. Like, her being able to read minds was funny and interesting. And, you know, like, the whole shrinking thing. Okay, so it's patterned after the Honey I Shrunk the Kids. Like, whatever, you know. I mean...
the concept was nice.
Yeah.
But... like, I mean, it was cool watching it, but to talk about it and to review it, there really is nothing substantial. There's nothing There's nothing to talk about.
Well, somebody said on Twitter, they're like, even Barry saying Iris is his wife makes me emotional. Because when he was telling that guy, he's like, I spent this long loving somebody who was out of my league, and now she's my wife or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
To that guy.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just this whole episode was kind of
yeah.
But
next week's is called True Colors. After hearing that Amunet has struck a deal to buy all of the metahumans in Iron Heights, Barry must decide if he should expose his powers in order to save his cellmates. After a visit from an old friend, Ralph is reminded of his shady past and wonders if he's really a changed man.
I see your true colors shining through.
I see your true colors. That's why I love you.
Oh, Trolls is such a
Don't
great
be
movie.
afraid to let them show your true colors. Beautiful like a rainbow.
So.
I don't know that song from Trolls.
That's how I know it. It's from Trolls.
Glee did it.
Did they?
Yes, in the first season.
I don't remember. That was the first season.
So, I remember.
Yes, but you remember everything.
Not everything.
From Glee.
Most of it, not everything.
So, I mean.
And I rewatch episodes sometimes. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, they did it in the first season. And it's been done by Cyndi Lauper, Phil Collins. So.
Mm-hmm. The only version I know is from Trolls. So.
Of course.
Such a touching moment.
Not
I am very cultured.
Really?
Yes.
Well.
Just
I beg to
different
differ.
things. You're evil.
You're evil.
No, you're evil.
You're more evil than I am. You're
How
always
am I
evil.
more evil?
Because you're always mean.
deny
You didn't know that Sunglasses at Night was a song.
That's a song?
Yes, it's a song. From the friggin' 80s. Listen to it.
It's the 80s, though.
Well, True Colors is from the 80s.
True Colors is in a movie.
Yeah,
From
a lot of
2017.
80s songs are in friggin' movies.
Well, I probably haven't seen that one, or if I did, I ignored the song.
I mean, a lot of older songs are in movies now.
Yeah.
So
Just
there's
redone.
no excuse to not know the songs.
Okay, then name a movie that I would have seen that had the sunglass thing in it.
Well, I'm not talking about there being a movie with that song, but like it's been in. I mean, there probably has been movies that it's been in, but I can't think of them off the top of my head right now.
Well, then how do you expect me to know this 80s song that hasn't been in a movie that I've seen? I mean, come on.
I don't know. Maybe you watched something that it was in,
I listened to
like
90s.
a TV show, or you heard it on the radio, or something.
I only listen to Christian music and a little bit of country.
Well, whatever. It's been used for like dance stuff that I've done, and I've heard it. And anyway, like freaking Guardians of the Galaxy too. That's all 70s music.
Okay, well, that's a modern day movie that I watched that I know some of the songs from.
Yeah.
But I don't go back and I listen to the entire playlist of all these awesome people that made songs back then, because I don't care to. I know that's your thing, but it's not my thing.
I don't listen to the playlist. If I like the song, I just have it in like my song list.
Mm-hmm.
everybody creates libraries of music that they like.
Yes, and then you get the things of like, you might like this song because you liked this one. And so it'll play, and then you go, oh, I do like it. Like, and add.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't you have like a Spotify?
I do, which is full of Christian music.
And country music.
No country on that one. And a little bit of easy listening.
What do you consider easy listening?
The stuff from the coffee shops, just like that type of...
Oh, like instrumental stuff?
Yeah, instrumental and like stuff you might hear in Starbucks. Yeah. So, is there anything else you want to talk about for The Flash?
No.
Now you're playing the song. Okay, so so we've covered everything, and like I said, I'd tell you what I thought about the episode. Did you like Black Lightning tonight?
Yeah, it was good.
Yes, it was so good.
I thought last week's was a little bit better.
It was.
But this one was good.
It was. Yes. I think she's gonna get with the bartender. So.
Oh, the older daughter?
Mm-hmm. I think that's gonna be the new girlfriend. Yeah. Which I liked her, so I'm good with that. I mean, she is a comic book fan after all. The Outsiders, anybody else catch that? Yeah.
The Outsiders?
Yeah, it's a group of...
I know what The Outsiders is, but
I know you know about the
book.
I know you know about the book and movie Outsiders. I do too.
You actually know about The Outsiders?
Yes.
Because that's an 80s movie.
The Greasers?
Yes.
Yes, I know about The Outsiders.
That has like a huge cast. Freaking Patrick Swayze, Ralph Macchio, Matt Damon, like all these people.
Yes, it was such a great movie. It was. Like, I watched it because my friend was reading The Outsiders for her, like, I think it was like.
I'm not saying it's not a good movie. I just think it's funny that like you know select things, but you don't know like the majority, and it just makes me laugh.
Oh, my friend was reading the book for school, and she was like going, "Oh my gosh, this guy sounds so hot," and like telling me all about the story, and then she's like, "And there's a movie." So then like I watched the movie because I wasn't bothered to read the book.
Well, I haven't read the book. I've just seen the movie.
But yeah, so, but there is a comic book of The Outsiders. It's, like, that's actually a legit thing. It wasn't just created for the show.
That's cool.
So, yeah, and that correlates into the Arrow from last week, where that was last week? No, it was the week before, where the team split up and the 3 new people are working on their own, and one of them was like, what should we call ourselves? Like, The Outsiders? And, like, that was their little tip of the hat to The Outsiders comics, and then this was the Black Lightning tip of the hat to The Outsiders comics, which has nothing to do with the
I know
actual
it has nothing
Outsiders.
to do with it. I just thought it would.
Yeah, no, like, when I heard that, I was like, wait a minute. Because I didn't know about that until more
because
recently.
there's just always so many references to things in movies and shows, so it's like, you know, it would make sense if it was, but I understand it's not.
Yeah. Like, until recently, like, a couple weeks ago, I didn't really know much. I think I'd heard the name Outsiders before, but I thought they were just saying that as, like, oh, that person is an outsider.
Yeah.
You know? And then, like, I heard that again a couple weeks ago as a comic book, and I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
So, I technically don't know much about The Outsiders. If you want to fill us in on it, you can do so in the comments down below, or on Twitter. And, you know, yeah, the Twitter.
Twitter is your friend.
Yes. So you could tweet or comment about The Outsiders if you guys know. And, yeah. Jinx. So,
I can't talk because you said Jinx.
You wearing blue? Jinx, you want me to start wearing blue? You want me to? Okay. How's that? I'm wearing white. If you would have said it, I'd owe you a Sprite, so...
I don't want a Sprite.
Sprite is awesome!
I'm not saying it isn't. I just don't want any.
So,
until next
next
time,
time,
keep
believing in the impossible.